Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Today is Thursday, August 7th, 2025. Let's see if I got my shirt on right. Gotta get this thing right, August 7th, 2025. Here we are, Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help our students and interested people on their journey through this life or to experience this life. That's it. No big deal. Well, it sort of is a big deal. It's kind of the biggest deal, but that's why we are here. And here is west of Sin City, east of Death Valley, south of Area 51, Art Bell, George Norrie, Hard Scrabble, Sharp Elbow territory. Yeah, that's it. And today we are going to talk about the fourth law of power, the fourth law of power. And that is what? We'll find out about that and we'll find out about that a bit later. Let's see. Engage, share, click, clack, boom. See if she jumps on. Okay, so the fourth law of power. But before we do that, let's look at what the experts, the 80-year-old has to say. Advice from an 80-year-old. That would be somebody born in 1942. Grew up right after the war. Never give up on anybody. Miracles happen every day. Never give up on anybody. Miracles happen every day. That's a thing to remind ourselves of daily. Don't give up on anybody. Miracles happen. Next. What? What's next? Next on the hit parade, Seth Godin. Yes. What does Seth have to say? Compounding luck. Human luck doesn't even out. Regression to the mean explains that in statistics, outlying events tend to be overcome by average ones. But in society, the opposite is often true. A small head start becomes a bigger one, or a smaller stumble can turn into something that is hard to overcome. Individuals can work to amplify their good luck, and society is obligated to create the conditions for bad luck to fade into the background. We don't do either one as much as we could or should. Right. That kind of reminds me of the Matthew thing? From those who have more will be given. Those who don't have, all will be taken away, something like that. All right. Okay. What else we got here? Darren Hardy, good one. Dr. Living Good. ACV. Apple cider vinegar. Great one. I've been doing it for about a week now. When I get up, before I work out, except today I did it after I worked out, before I took my shower. That's why there's no coffee, no nothing for me to drink here right now. But that's okay, because it just doesn't matter, right? Just doesn't matter. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, this is day 3 in week 4 of our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Day 3, week 4. This is practical leadership. So today we're talking, this is day 4, week 4. We're talking about practical leadership. Practical leadership. So at the beginning of the week, it was crisis leadership. Then on Tuesday, it was pure leadership, Marcus Aurelius. Crisis leadership, we learned about Lincoln, how he dealt with crisis leadership, and Shackleton, crisis leadership. Everything is going to hell. How do you keep moving people forward? Pure leadership, everything's going right. How do you not give in to the temptation? How do you not sabotage yourself? Right. And then the rest of the week is practical leadership. Sometimes things are good, sometimes things are bad. So it follows a normal distribution. And how do you do it for the long run? Would be the question. How do you stay the course? How do you do that? Practical leadership. Keeping the boat, the ship, going forward on the adventure of your life. Right. So we learn about that from, once again, from Ignatius. And the simple thing about Ignatius is he was born into a family, didn't have problems. When he was a teenager, mid-teens, got sent off to the court. Ferdinand became a courtier, became a soldier, had aspirations, visions of grandeur, liked to fight, brawl. The laws were not made for him, etc. But one day something bad happened, something unexpected, and a cannonball smashed into his leg in a battle at Pamplona, the Spaniards against the French. The French admired his bravery, took him home, let him go home, carried him home. By the time they got there, his leg had set badly, so they needed to re-break it. And then I'm not sure if he got a fever, then it almost died. But when they reset it, there was a bone sticking out of his shin because it was not set right. So this time he said, re-break it, saw off the thing, and he went through a long recovery with nothing to read except for a couple of books, Life of the Saints and Life of Christ, and spent his days remembering the past and kind of projecting that onto the future. Boy, when I get back, more women to screw, more this to that. But after a while, that would get kind of old. So he would go read the books. And then he noticed over time, replaying the memories in his head, they became dried out, desiccated. And the ideas, though, that he got from reading the lives of the saints and the life of Christ invigorated him. So he told his older brother, I can't be here. I'm not going back to the court, not going back to that life. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go do something. And as life happens, it did not work out as planned. So after a while, he ended up in a cave, scourging himself for his sins, not forgiving himself for what a bad guy he was, asking the Lord, praying, help me, show me, I'm here for you, use me, etc. Then one day he had a vision as he's staring at the Cardinal River that he doesn't explain well in his autobiography, but it changed everything. So a guy who's spiraling down mentally, physically, living in a cave, can't figure it out, all of a sudden has a vision, gives him something to focus on and claw his way out of the proverbial hole that he's in, and that's in trouble with the authorities because he had no basis to be speaking. This is during the Inquisition because he came from a good family and was a soldier. They gave him one chance, go back to school and learn Latin, learn stuff, or next time, you're not going to be so lucky. Burning at the stake. Well, he did that, struggled through, did this, did that, and because we've got a little bit of time. So he was learning Latin with little kids. He stuck with it, stuck with his vision, graduated, needed to go to university, went to, I think, Salamanca, too small for him, went to another Spanish university, too small, got kicked out, got in trouble with the authorities again. So he decided Spain is too small for me. He went to Paris, went to the University of Paris, and there he met his first followers, Francis Xavier and Peter Faber. And they followed Derek Sivert, Seth Godin, David, uh, the advice of the guys from today. And they formed a little company of 10 people that was going to go save souls. And they had a plan, but that plan didn't work out either. So but they stuck together. They got to have an order. The Pope gave them their own thing, the Company of Jesus. And about 500 years later, it's the largest teaching organization in the world, more universities and schools than any other single organization. 28 Jesuit universities in the United States, including Georgetown, Gonzaga, if you're a basketball fan, Marquette, Loyola, Fordham, St. Peter's, St. Joseph's, Seattle University, USF, and my alma mater, Santa Clara, where I graduated with an undergraduate degree in, where do I have? Bachelor's degree of science in commerce, finance, and now am obtaining in the graduate program in pastoral ministry to get my chaplaincy. One course to go. And then okay, then it's on. Then we get to start. Okay, then the game is afoot. Not really a foot, but it's afoot. So why do we include Loyola? We include Loyola, Ignatius. We include Ignatius because if he could do what he did, we can do something. So this is a guy who started out very vain. Laws didn't apply to him, and then everything was taken away. And he was on his own without the help, living in a cave, trying to figure it out. Not really any help, filthy, smelly, with writing in his journal, sticking to it, trusting in the Lord, believing that one day, if he kept at it, he would get a response. And he did, and then he ran with it from there. And the benefit they had is they attracted other smart people. And at that time, primogenitor, the oldest son, got everything. So if you were the oldest son, you inherited everything. The second son would try to get married off to somebody who only had a daughter, a wealthy person with a daughter. And then the other third son might be a priest, second son might be a priest, but then priest. Well, Ignatius was the 11th son. Business wasn't a thing back then. Being a soldier was. So he went off to be a soldier. So that was his life, and that was yanked out, and he was left with nothing. His brother said, hey, we're happy to have you live here on my farm, my estate. And it was no, can't do it. I'm going to be a soldier for Christ, a soldier for Mary. And he went off and did it. So if he could do that, we can do something. We can do something. Okay, let's now switch gears. Last couple minutes. The fourth law of power. So we learned the first three laws of power early in the week. What is power? Power is just getting other people to do what you want. In business, it's called management. What do managers do? They get people to do what they want. In the military, it's called leadership. The real term is power, but that's so value charged that if you say, I want power, people immediately go to the dark side of the force with that, and that you want to manipulate and use people. So power in itself is a neutral term. It's like a hammer. A hammer can be used to build things and it can be used to break things. You have to learn how to use it to build things. And so for us, our normal people don't learn the laws of power because it's like giving a 5-year-old a loaded pistol. Bad things will happen. They will use it like a hammer to break things. So caveat, disclaimer, warning, do not use the laws of power to take advantage of people, because good people will write you off. They will stay away from you as somebody that can't be trusted, because you're using the powers, the laws of power, to hurt people. Now, and dumb people, bad people, not good people, they will see you coming from a mile away. They'll smell you and sniff it out. So what you'll be left with is evil people. They will pull you in, use you, crush you, and like Darth Vader, discard you when they're done. So only use the laws of power for good. First law of power: power perceived is power achieved. If people think you have power, you do. That's it. So you need to always project power. So like, see, in this shirt I'm in, I'm not wearing a faded old t-shirt looking like, oh, I need to be comfortable, man. I need to be comfortable. No, this is like project power. Second law of power is never give up power. Never give up power. And that's what we do when we dress for comfort, when we wear little boy pants, when we wear sandals. We do not project power. Now, if you're a Navy SEAL or you're a Delta operator, you can wear that kind of stuff and project power. It's like, I can be wearing this stuff and I still have power over you. Okay. So, second law of power: never give up power. Third law of power: power is taken, it's not given. You're given authority, but somebody can take that power away. And the fourth law of power that we're going to learn about today, very briefly, is fairness only occurs between equals. Fairness only occurs between equals. The strong do what they can, and the weak suffer what they must. Fairness only occurs between equals. So don't expect it to be fair. Now, why does fairness only occur between equals? Because if you do something to me, I can do the same thing to you. You punch me, I can punch you just as hard. So because I'm a rational person, there's no point in me punching you, because you're going to punch me just as hard. And if you are stronger than me, there's not really any point in me punching you, because you can punch me harder. If you're the person who is the weaker one, you only have something because the stronger person decides they're going to treat you fairly. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, when it's mano a mano, when it's zero-sum game, the stronger person will do what they need to do. So when somebody in authority tells you to do something, there's not really any point getting upset about it. Why? Just remember the fourth law of power: fairness only occurs between equals. I'm not equal with the person. There's no reason to expect them to be fair. If you know that, now you can use that to your advantage. Okay, so with that, we're going to say and cut. I've got to get to Lava Gel to see our crew out there, see how everyone's doing. Righty then, tomorrow is a big mystery of what we're going to be talking about, but once again, this week is leadership. The ship is afloat, the boat is afloat, our adventure has begun, and now we need to just not screw it up. We need to stay the course. Tomorrow's day 5, week 4 of our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. And with that, we're going to say and cut. And cut. See you tomorrow.